Hello, Miss Krista. Tell me about Miss Krista Glasser and your role at CI Web Group.
I am a communications manager here at CI Web. I do all of our internal stuff, but I also help with clients' email marketing and SMS campaigns.
Talk to me a little bit about the importance of leveraging the database for demand generation, where you're actually creating demand from that list, and what are the different avenues to be able to tackle that?
Absolutely. So when it comes to email marketing, first of all, if you don't have something on your website that says, hey, opt into marketing emails, that's just step one of growing your list and making sure that you are sending to people who are customers or aren't customers and just are interested in you. So being able to send emails to everybody is huge for retention because it builds strong relationships with your customers. Whether you're giving them advice or you have a promotion in there that's exclusively for them, or it's building brand awareness for those people who did just fill out a contact form. Maybe they're not going to act right away, but the moment they need something, they're going to look at they're going to remember that there was this email from an HVAC company or whoever you are. They're like, oh, hey, I need my AC checked out. I remember this. I'm going to go check them out.
What else can we do? What other
Yeah.
information should we collect?
Phone numbers for sure. So when it comes to SMS, you're you've always got your phone. It's right next to you. 98% of texts. You have so many phones. 98% of texts are open.
I get text on all these devices.
So, it's right next to you. You're always going to look at it. It pops up and you're going to be like, hey, what is this? And so SMS is a little bit different just because, you don't have a full email to design and, provide a bunch of information for. So it's going to be mainly, hey, I've got a
Sign up special.
promotion that's happening right now, and we've only got it for this week. Or, hey, this is a reminder that your tune-up is due.
Yeah.
So little things like that.
But when it comes to building the email, like, is there this is the way to do it, or are there lots of ways and you need to test? What's your thoughts?
There's definitely different ways to do it. When it comes to our clients, I have one that does it twice a year. They do a really big spring newsletter, and then they do a really big fall newsletter. And I have others that send it monthly. I have others that break it down a little bit further, and they'll send one to their residential once a month, then they'll send one to their commercial every few months. So it really just kind of depends. And you do have to test because, you know, nobody likes spam. Nobody wants to hear from your HVAC company every single week
Yeah.
or any company every single week. Like, that's just too much.
If you don't have your operations dialed in, do you think that the email and text marketing is going to be less effective than if you really have those things dialed in?
Absolutely. So you can send a general email, and that's fine. But you're going to get more engagement if you have tags on everything. So, tag the customer who has pets, who has babies, who may need to change their air filter more often than normal. Tag the customer who just got a replacement. Tag a customer who needs a replacement because their system is 10 years old. By tagging all of the different customers and really narrowing in on what they need, then you can really provide a more effective campaign because like I said, if you send an email to everybody, then it has to be a little more general. You can't know how they're going to act because you don't know what they need necessarily.
I know that people have questions about measuring the effectiveness of thing and success, and just prefacing it with the measurements are going to be different whether you have those things dialed in, whether you're good at ops, you're good at building relationships, you're good at tagging, sifting, and sorting, and identifying your unique list. So with that in mind, how do you measure success? Because there's so many different variables, obviously.
Yeah, and every platform that you use, you're not sending through Gmail, you're sending through a MailChimp, you're sending through Constant Contact, Brevo, ServiceTitan, Marketing Pro. Any of those will have their set of metrics. And each of them are a little bit different. For the most part, they have the same basic ones. So your open rate, your click-through rate, things like that. But with email and text marketing, it's also a little bit trickier because Apple put in like this privacy thing where they're like, do I want to be tracked on whether I open this or not?
Right.
And so I know with MailChimp specifically, they're like, these are the ones that we could track. These are the ones we could not track. And so you're really only getting like a glimpse of what's even trackable in this. And so, one of the better things that you can do is put in call tracking and UTMs, which are basically like a unique tracking link that are linked specifically to your email marketing campaign so that you can see how those are doing. So you can check, oh, I got 30 calls from this. Oh, I got 100 clicks on this one. And so it's just a little bit more truthful.
I've seen you work with clients where you and the rest of the team have really coached them up on, being better relationship builders, tagging their lists, creating more intentional targeted lists. But the impact has been like 2 years of you guys doing this. Now they call in and they tell their account manager, I want to open up a plumbing division. I've been doing HVAC. What's the impact of having an effective email and text strategy with the database, and now you launch a new product line? Like, how did you go to market now?
Yeah, so you already have a list of people that you can tell. You're not just out in the world on Google, which, you should do still, but you have a list of people that they're either working with you, they know you, they understand your brand, they have seen what you do for them. So they know that, hey, I already used you for AC, but now that I know you're doing plumbing or you're doing electrical or whatever it happens to be, I'm also going to go to you for that service too, because the trust is there.
All right, so new company starts and they're like, I don't have a database, or they've been in business for a long time and they're like, everything's on paper, or they've been in business for a long time and they're like, we never collected email addresses or phone numbers. I have this giant list of names and addresses. Can I please buy a list and just start blasting them?
No, do not do it. It's not ethical, one, not legal, two. If you do ever purchase an email list on your own, because I am not telling you how to do that, the quality of contacts that you get, it's just gonna be unknown to you. You don't know if their actual email addresses, you don't know what the engagement is like because they didn't, actually sign up with you. They don't know who you are. And you're at a high risk of high bounce rates and unsubscribes. And if you do that, whatever platform that you're sending from is going to essentially be like, nope, you're paused. You may not send out any emails until you clean up this list. And even then, they may say no more. You're done.